Man, this is never going to end. I mean, I'm really just up to ears on it, but I have to cover it because it's news and it's topical. So, Bob Dole, who many of us may remember as the Republican nominee for President of the United States back in 1996, I don't remember because I wasn't born yet. I was born the following year at the very end. Um, he has announced that he's supporting Trump and that he thinks, what was that, Gingrich? I think so. Let me see. Yeah, Gingrich should be his vice president because we all know in 2016, white males make up more than 50% of the country. There's no such thing as strategical VP picking anymore. That all died out in 2008 after Obama picked Biden and McCain picked Palin, when it made sense to have choices that varied from the candidate himself to make the ticket more appealing. But, if he wants to sink it, go ahead. Um, you know, I think it's really interesting just kind of going down the rest of what he said. He spoke to Trump last week, and that's his claim. This interview was today, May 28th, 2016. So in the last 7 days, he spoke to Trump. What they said during this conversation, I don't know, but apparently he thinks Trump is ready. And I like how he stated that he's been a lifelong Republican, and what am I supposed to do? Back the opponent? Well, it's kind of funny he says that because I recall Dwight Eisenhower's second son, the one that lived to adulthood, who died in December of 2013, so roughly 2.5 years ago, stated that while he had been a lifelong Republican, he switched his affiliation, changed the party he voted for when casting a ballot for John Kerry back in 2004 over disagreements he had with incumbent President Bush, who still won the election, but nonetheless it showed that even lifelong Republicans such as himself, or such as him rather, were just, they were willing to switch to voting for a candidate of a different party if they were not satisfied with someone, and they should be that way. So I think him trying to rationalize him being a Republican his whole life as the reason for why he's backing Trump now that he's a GOP nominee doesn't really hold water when you think about that and when you know about that, and I know about it, so it's not affecting me. Um, the other thing he said that I think is really interesting was sort of indicating that Jeb Bush should honor his pledge that he made months ago to back the eventual nominee, who I'm pretty sure that when he signed that pledge, he thought would be him. Now, realistically, his poll numbers have decreased by then, but nonetheless, he still saw there to be a chance, which is why it took until February after losing in South Carolina for him to switch his position on chances of him winning and just drop out and give up. Now, he's saying in praises. He talked about how great of a man he was and just blah, 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 whatever. But the one thing I thought was interesting was that he genuinely expects Bush to want to endorse Trump, or expects him to just get over all the things Trump said about him. As if, I don't think Dole is paying close attention or has been paying close attention. Oops. I don't think he's been paying close attention because I remember most, or if not all, of what Trump said about Bush. He said he was low energy. He said he was sympathetic towards Hispanics because of his wife being Hispanic. Said he had to get his mother to defend him. That's 3 things. It's just different little pot shots he was making at him the entire time they were running for president together or simultaneously. Now, Bush, to Trump's credit, said that Trump was getting his information from the morning shows, and that might have been accurate, but that certainly contributed to the environment of just them having hostility towards each other. And it really is interesting to me that you have someone who is so far removed from just political office, which is the case with Bob Dole, that he's going out and backing someone. And it's the same thing with Gingrich. Gingrich has been out as well, but they're trying to put him back in, which I don't think would be successful. We'll see, however. So, lastly, I just want to mention that he called for him to also revert his comments he made about Susana Martinez, the incumbent governor of New Mexico, and I don't see Trump doing that. He insulted her just performance as a governor. And mind you, this lady is Hispanic. She's a Republican. She's conservative. She is everything he would have wanted if he was serious about winning this election in November, or wanted to win this with just some type of actual clear pathway. If he picks Gingrich, I don't know how he's going to do it. I really don't see people voting for two older white males. I mean, this is just that phenomenon of, let me be similar to my running mate, died with Clinton and Gore. It worked, but that was it. After that, it was done. Now Bush and Cheney's, I guess kind of, but not really. They were Texas, Wyoming, that kind of thing. One's in the South, one's a little further up. Just saying. So I don't see him doing it. I don't see those comments as really being effective, except for Trump to say, "Oh, look, I got another endorsement." And really, whose opinion is Dole going to change? I don't know anyone who's a big supporter of his at this point. He's of a different era, one in which no one now remembers, because most of us weren't around when he was running for office. Most of us that are under 30 and have vivid memories of him. So all I'm getting at is, it's an endorsement of the past, and I don't see it affecting the future. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.